Good morning. Today we are taking up T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland, Section 2, The Game of Chess. We will begin from where we left. So, this is in continuation of the earlier explanation of the first half of the section, The Game of Chess. The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot. The Game of Chess. The section, A Game of Chess, gives the glimpses of the streets of London to a gilded drawing room in which sits a rich, jewel-bedecked lady who complains about her nerves and has no idea what to do. The poem, after talking about the woman dressing up, takes up to a pub at closing time in which two Cockney women gossip. Within a few stanzas, we have moved from the upper crust of society to London's low life. This section focuses on two opposite scenes, one of the high society and the other on the lower classes. The first half of the section portrays a wealthy, highly groomed woman surrounded by exquisite furnishings and jewels and perfumes, and she waits for a lover. Her neurotic thoughts become frantic and meaningless. Her day culminates with plans for an adventure and a game of chess. The second part of this section shifts to a London bar room where two women discuss a third woman. Between the bartenders' repeated calls of hurry up, one of the women recounts a conversation with their friend Lil, whose husband has just been discharged from the army. She narrates how she has scolded Lil for not getting new dentures, or else her husband will find the company of other women if she doesn't take care of her appearance. She is just 31 and looks haggard. Lil has probably given her a meaningful look that she would pay attention to what she has said and that she will try and keep an eye on her. Lil tells that the medicines she took to induce an abortion is the reason of her ruined beauty, and the pills have a toll on her health. She tells that while giving birth to her fifth child, she nearly died. She had refused to have another child, but her husband does not agree. The trouble how to look young and beautiful and to hold on to their men fills them with nervousness and emotional imbalance. The women leave the bar saying good night. That reminds of Ophelia's farewell speech in Hamlet. The two women of this section of the poem represent the two sides of modern sexuality. While one side of the sexuality is dry, barren, and the conversation is inseparable from neurosis and self-destruction. The other side of the sexuality is fertility associated with a lack of culture and rapid aging. The first, a woman is a frustrated, overly emotional but not terribly intellectual figure, looking queer, surrounded by furnishings, jewels, and smoking candles. And the woman in the room is addressing the narrator, who happens to be her lover. She complains that her nerves are bad and requests him to stay with her. He is blank, indicating of communication gap as well as mental vacuum. She wants to ask him what he is thinking. The lover replies that men are like rats disturbing dead bones in LA. Dead bones referring to the boring monotony of civilized life. The lady questions again and demands to know whether the narrator knows nothing, then asks what she should do now, that they should do tomorrow, or what they should do tomorrow. The narrator questions with a routine itinerary, the hot water at 10, and if it rains, a closed car at 4. And we shall play a game of chess, pressing lidless eyes and waiting for a knock upon the door. It throws great deal of light on aimless and empty, monotonous life of the wealthy woman. There is something disappointing about the woman. She is unable to communicate her inner self to the world. The woman and her surroundings, although aesthetically pleasing, are ultimately sterile and meaningless. Elliot is able to give us poetry from the rough speech of the women in the war. Their friend Lil has done everything the right way, married, supported her soldier husband, born children, yet her wish not to have more children is denied. The poet stresses on the need of discipline in sex. Life and marriage is meant for regulation and not for perversion. The perversion of sex has made modern life isolated, futile, and desolate. In modern times, relationships have lost their social and moral purpose. The comparison between the two is not meant to suggest equality between them or to propose that the first woman's exaggerated sense of high culture is in any way equivalent to the second woman's lack of it. Rather, Eliot means to suggest that neither woman's form of sexuality is regenerative. In both the cases, helplessness and loneliness is very eloquent. It contrasts between the sterility of one couple and fecundity of the other, but both relationships negate romantic love. Eliot is concerned with the problem of sexuality, of sexual morality, and with relationships without love, irrespective of class. Thank you. Wait for the next explanation.